One of the companies that I developed software for use online videos for their support. And with all the stuff that's been going on over the last 18 months, they wanted to use video streaming for pre-sales presentations, training and support. And at the core of their studios is the excellent BlackMagic ATEM Mini Video Switcher. And they wanted a nice tidy case for everything to mount into, rather than having loads of cables and power supplies all over the place. Plus, it makes it easy just to pick up and move to another location. So this is what I've built them. Now, they pointed me to the DSLR Video Shooter YouTube channel, and they've got an ATEM Mini case project and asked me if I could build one that was similar. And although that's a fantastic project, they wanted a few improvements and changes. The first thing was they wanted to look a little bit more engineered. This is going to be in front of their customers. Plus, on the back, they wanted a nice rear-mounted selection of all the connectors, including a single kettle lead or an IEC lead for the mains power. And one of the other problems is the monitor that's used. This is a Feel World 4K monitor, and the HDMI pass-through on here is only 1080p. So although this is a 4K monitor, the HDMI out, the pass-through only works at 1080. So I need to find a way of fixing that. And generally, I think this looks pretty good. Also, the original pulley case chosen for this project was a bit small, and it's top heavy and wobbly with the monitor mounted in the lid. So we've gone for something a little bit bigger. So I've changed the HDMI routing to use a simple HDMI splitter, and the case is slightly larger. And I've laser cut these panels for the lid and for the top to make it look very neat, and this nice little rear panel on the back for all the connectors. Now, making this is really easy once you've got all the bits and pieces, maybe a couple of hours. And if you're interested in these laser cut parts, leave a comment down below and I'll make them available in my shop. Hello and welcome to the Whirly Bloke channel. So here we've got an ATEM Mini and a Feel World 4K monitor. And the idea is to fit them into a small pulley case like this. This is the case that we used in the original build, but in actual fact it's all a little bit small and a little bit tight. Plus it keeps falling forward, so if you want to put it on a desk you're going to be in a bit of trouble. And there's not enough room to fit the power supply inside. We basically just wanted an IEC or a kettle lead on the back. So this custom build is going to be using this Max case, which you can get from Amazon really cheap. These are about £30. And as you can see, it's a little bit bigger, but these are just so dirt cheap. And there's plenty of depth, so there's lots of room to fit everything inside. And to go with this, I've laser cut an acrylic lid and a top that have been covered in carbon effect film. And I've also laser cut this rear panel where all the inputs and outputs are connected. Plus a whole load of cables and leads that you can buy on Amazon, plus this little guide plate for cutting out the rear panel. So let's get started. You can just use a soldering iron to push the threaded inserts into the 3D printed corner parts. About 250 degrees is about the right temperature, so these just slide in. clip power supply in there. So I've made up this simple wire lead that just connects into the original socket. And this end powers the ATEM Mini, and the other end just connects through to the monitor. Here we've got the Fieldworld monitor, and on the back we've got the original battery connector. But we don't need this because we're going to be powering off an internal power supply. So you just unscrew it, unclip the battery lead and put it away somewhere safe. You're not going to need it. I'm going to mount this on these standoffs directly on the lid of the case. So all you've got to do now is plug all this together, just making sure that you've got the correct leads going to the correct outputs on the back of the ATEM Mini. So as you can see, once you've got all the parts, this only takes a couple of hours to put together, even if you take some tea and cake breaks. I'll leave links in the description to all the parts that I've used, the 3D print and the DXF files. And if you want to buy the laser cut and 3D printed parts, leave a comment and I'll make them available in my shop. And as always, thanks for watching. And if you found that useful, give me a thumbs up and leave a comment. And if you want to see more like this, remember to subscribe and hit the bell down here to get notified when I post new content. And I'll see you next time.